I'm back from Vegas and it's time for stonking, except it's not stonking, it's pony peeping. What am I doing? I'm almost missing it. He's on Coco. Okay, so must mean that Coco did not take the very first time that Ruler bred her. I'm so glad that he's giving us like the PG version. Those poor delivery men. They don't even realize what's happening right in front of them. Or maybe they do. Maybe delivery men who come to my farm are just used to it. So he bred Janice last week. And then, you know, we remember that he bred Coco a lot. And then she had a fever for a couple of days and was dehydrated. And so it's not as hot this week. She's standing for him. I knew that she was coming into heat right before I left. Who's yelling? Blanche, are you just upset that your man's gone? Maybe they like Ruler better than Glenn. I don't know. Maybe that's Blanche's whole problem. We've been giving her donkey jacks and she wants pony stallions. So if you missed last week's updates, we've confirmed that Penelope is pregnant. She's gonna be due like late May of next year. And then we've confirmed that Dorothy the donkey is pregnant. So we're having at least one mini foal horse and one mini donkey foal. Honestly, from the angle, I couldn't tell if he actually bred her, but I'm pretty certain that he did. We need to write this date down. Coco is pretty on the ball with her due date this year. She had Glenn right at 342 days. Minis can have their babies safely earlier. So for instance, Regina had Ginny at 302 days and Ginny was like completely cooked. So they've got a little bit wider of a window. But if he just bred Coco and this was like, you know, she ovulates within the next couple of days, that would give her like a mid-July due date. So foaling for the mini pasture is going to be a little bit later this coming year, but that's okay. You know, that just makes it to where I don't get sleep for 6 months instead of 4. Oh, he's talking to the donkeys. Sir, you need to chill out. You've been running yourself down. I think he has lost like a smidge of weight since he's been here because I think he's been running around. Like mini stallions don't hold weight nearly as well as mini mares do because of their testosterone. It just makes it to where they build more muscle and they don't hold fat on their body. They've been getting grain every single evening. They get hay, free choice. They've got all the grass they want, which is usually not what you want for minis. But again, mini stallions are just a little different. I think he looks good. I just think he lost a little bit from all the run-ins around. Had 3 in here, but again, we've confirmed Penelope is pregnant, so we took her out of the pony peeping pasture. And so now he's just got Coco and Janice, which if Janice doesn't come back into heat, then he got her, and if he gets Coco, then his job will be done. What a way to come back into town. Stay tuned for more updates. Big day for Wheezy. She can finally go back outside. For those that don't know, Wheezy hurt herself. She got a wee little hole in her suspensory. Literally wasn't even limping yet. We just caught it because we were doing vet work before she was going to be hopefully going to some horse shows, and we found it. But she's been doing fantastic on stall rest. She had 2 weeks of stall rest with very light turnout, and then we did this thing called Renovo, which is where they put growth factors from the amnion into like an injection. So it's for soft tissue, which is what the suspensory is, and it's to help do like regenerative repair, lower inflammation, all that good stuff. And so because of that, they don't want them to be very mobile during the first 2 weeks of Renovo, and then they can have hand walking and then light turnout. So we are in the light turnout spot now. And luckily, because she's got the mega stall, it's not foaling season, she can come right out here and have this tiny little turnout. Now you're gonna be a good girl, right? You're not gonna go crazy. You're not gonna go jumping and bucking. She for sure is, but we're gonna kind of stick to this tiny turnout until I get back from NSBA World, and then hopefully she's ready for some light work and then going back out onto grass. We just don't want to take it too fast, do we? So without further ado, let's put Wheezy outside. Our lovely Vanna White is going to open door number 1 if she has the strength. Push. We're going to be nice, girl. We're going to be so sweet. We've had so much rain that the grass and the washout on all of our dry lots is insane. That is my husband's numero uno job today, fixing dry lots. Come on out. She's gotten pudgy. I love it. Literally, look how fat. I love fat Wheezy. Now, you do have a couple of friends next door. You've got Annie, lovely Annie, and then you've got the babies, so don't let them get you all riled up. I'm loving the energy you're bringing right now. Preferably, she doesn't do anything, and this is a super anticlimactic video. Wheezy, this is why you're so fat. You're very food motivated. You're very indie-esque in that way. That's okay. This is great. So for those who don't know, Wheezy is out of my mare Indy, my thoroughbred. Her sire is Full Metal Jacket, and so that makes her a full sister to Wally, and then a maternal sister to Woody. Give us a roll or something. Look how thick and shiny she is. Oh my gosh, I actually don't hate that Stall Rest allowed her to get nice and chunky. She looked like a woman now. Who are you talking to? You making friends with Annie over there? She's busy munching on every bit of grass that she can get a hold of. You know what? I'm liking your priorities. Gunner's like, who's this tall drink of water over here? I am hoping they're about to bring the babies in. I'm hoping she doesn't go wild with the babies walking next to her. That's the beauty of this dry lot with that door over there. You can just put her up, bring her back out when she's calmed down. None of the mamas and babies seem bothered. I was on the phone when Gunner walked by and she did quite literally nothing. So this is a win, success. I know it's a boring video, but it's perfect for what I needed. And stay tuned for more Wheezy updates. When we come home from NSBA World, she can go back to work. It's Monday, which means it's time to crown this week's problematic horse. A lot of you suggested that we do problematic human instead of horse this week because there's someone who was a little problematic while I was out of town. But instead, we are sticking with tried and true. And this week's problematic horse is, I don't know that she's been problematic lately. For those who don't know, every single week, we look at the previous 7 days and we choose the problematic horse, foal, and mini. They each get their own video. And we look at who maybe had the stupidest vet bill. Ding, ding, ding. That's what happened this week. Y'all don't even know about it. Or, maybe they're being mean to their pasture mates. Maybe they're being a problem for the human handlers. Like, there's a bunch of really random reasons that horses and minis have won this award in the past. But this week, this horse has been named it quite a few times in her time here at Running Springs. And that horse is Miss Charlotte. Oh, and she's being problematic in the video. Got it. Now, what did Miss Charlotte do, you might ask? Because she's been just kind of she's been laying low. She's been a good girl. She has been nice and fat and sweet and seemingly not as nervous. Well, I'm just not allowed to go out of town, am I? I got woke up, now, mind you, 2 hours earlier in Vegas than here at home, but I got woken up at 5:30 in the morning because Charlotte was colicking. Then they tell me dinner time the night before she had acted a little off, but so had a couple of the other horses. So they don't know if it was the extreme weather change. We had flooding over the weekend, but she continued to lay down, act like she was dying. And so with me being out of town, I'm like, hey, Stephanie, you'll want to take a trailer ride to the vet. And so I was like, just leave her there. Let them just watch her. And they do think that there was some sort of displacement because she was really uncomfortable, but she was still passing manure, which makes us think it was like a colon displacement, but it must have moved back on its own. Of course it did. But the thing that we did talk about was her issues were kind of around feed time. And so sometimes that means gastrointestinal issues, which leads you to think ulcers. We have treated her for ulcers with like omeprazole before. She's a more nervous horse, so sometimes that is common with them, but what we haven't done is a round of hindgut ulcer treatment lately. And so what we're going to do is that, and then we talked about maybe adding omega-3 fatty acids to her diet. So yeah, Charlotte went to the vet the entire weekend to get updates being like, yeah, Charlotte's doing good, which I guess I would prefer her to do good than bad, but let me know if you think there was somebody else who deserves this award more, but I just don't think there is. I don't. I think Charlotte wins this one. Stay tuned for the problematic mini and foal. Let me know your guesses. It's Monday, which means it's time to crown this week's problematic foal. Notice which barn I'm at. Okay. For those that haven't watched the series before, every single Monday, we look at the past 7 days and we say, who is the most problematic foal, mini, and horse? Lots of reasons that they could get this award. They could be the most problematic by being mean to their pasture mates. Maybe they were problematic and really inconvenient for their humans. Like, for instance, making it so that you can't catch them or something like that. Or maybe they had a really stupid vet bill. Now, we don't give this award for actual emergencies, okay? It's for when they do something dumb. This week, the foal receiving this award was just downright mean and spoiled. And embarrassed me in front of family out of town. I feel like y'all know who it's gonna be. Virginia Slim Louise, the one on the right with all the hay on her face. I bet you'd guessed it. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Miss Gidget, this is not about you, okay? You've been a perfect little angel. You don't get the problematic foal award. I'm sorry. That is for Jenny as she bites it. Okay, you want it? Okay, well, grab a hold. Grab a hold of it. Oh, and here comes their godmother to come and defend them. So this past week before I went out of town, I had family from out of town and just my family who was in town who loves to come visit all the babies. And, you know, at the very beginning of Jennifer's life, she was very spicy. Remember, she had like a little kicking habit. She had a whole biting deal. Well, yeah, that's from her freaking hoof. Anyway, it's back. I thought we were past it. She was so good for her first hose down. She's been so good leading. Well, she was with children and she was with people from out of town who were so excited to meet her, who like family I hadn't seen in years and years. And they were just so excited to see the mini babies. And she started, not you. You were perfect. You were perfect. This one started just a wailing, just a double barrel kicking. Oh, what are you about to do? Sabrina, girl, you in danger. No, that's not yours, Gidget. Look at them. She just taunts them. I swear, she knows what she's doing. Anywho, she's been very spoiled. I mean, y'all have seen it. Look at Gidget posing so cute. With her being so spoiled, she's gotten very used to getting all the love-ins, all the scratch-ins, all the everything she could ever want. And when they would stop petting her, yeah, it was when they would stop petting her, she would just absolutely turn around. So you see how she like backs up and starts actually using my body to scratch her butt. She does that on the fence and she does it to Gidget as well. Well, as soon as they would stop, I didn't care who it was, how old, 6 years old or 60, she didn't care. She was gonna double barrel them. Are we gonna be into it today? Of course I have no proof because I was trying to be in the moment and off my phone and I don't really show a whole lot of family and children on my page. But yeah, you're gonna have to take my word for it. Horrible. Sabrina does not seem worried. You know, you probably get after her pretty good though. What do you have to say for yourself? Do you admit to your crimes? She still loves kisses and they're still the sweetest girls alive. She's just very aggressive about her love-ins. Literally, I can't walk because she oh my, Jenny. Rotten with capital R. Teach her your ways of being the sweetest girl alive. Mwah. Gidget, you sweet girl. And you need to straighten up. You hear me? Let me know if you think there was another foal that deserved this more, but I promise you, there wasn't. Y'all know Indy as a boss mare, and she just had her baby wean, and so it's time for her to go back outside with her other hot boss mare besties, and that includes Trudy, the dragon queen. We're gonna let the ground dry up one more day, and then Earlene will start going back out with them. So they're gonna have tonight just them two, and then tomorrow we're gonna introduce Earlene into the bunch because Kennedy's about to be going to the horse show, and I just really didn't want Indy giving Kennedy the smoke right before the horse show, you know? It's been a minute since you two have been together. Of course, they're standing where we can't see their faces together. Y'all are besties. It's just been since, I guess, last foaling season or 2 foaling seasons ago when she had Wally and when she had Daphne. That's when they were like together and they were inseparable. Daphne, that's your mama next door. I know, she's not nice to you anymore. Monica wants to be a part of the Tall Bay Mare Club. She said, I'm a tall, gorgeous thoroughbred too. Okay, well, was this the most uneventful thing I've ever seen? Is it because they are both big, bad boss mares and they know it, and so they're not even gonna mess with one another? Is that what's happening? They're friends of old? They know each other so well that there doesn't even need to be like a little hierarchy testing? Honestly, with how I'm looking at it, it's pretty dry and they don't care at all. I think we're gonna bring out Earlene. Indy's like, Daphne, you done grown up, girl. Crossing my fingers that Earlene doesn't throw a shoe. She wears bell boots, but this is prime throwing shoe activity if she's meeting and gonna be kicking and all that good stuff. She's the only pregnant one going out in this pasture. We will be putting her with other pregnant mares when I come back from the NSBA World Show, but we're kind of leaving everybody with their current pasture situations. Oh, they're going to chat with that group of mares, Miss Opal and Ricky and Raven. I think I see Happy. Rearranging we're gonna have to do is kind of insane. We like to have all the mares settled that are gonna be pregnant together and foaling together way prior to them being like heavy with foal. We like it to be when they are, you know, the baby's small enough in their stomach that it's still protected while they're kicking and fighting. And if there is, you know, a squabble, that it's not gonna be when they're like super heavy with foal. Oh, with foal, in foal, whatever. Erlene's getting a little spritz before she comes out here. Come on, big pretty girl. And Erlene. Am I that predictable? So Erlene and Trudy, they're good. I'm trying to think if she's been out with Indy though. I know she hasn't been in the foal pasture with her because her first baby was last year's baby Noelle, and Indy didn't have a baby last year. So I'm thinking maybe they haven't. Okay. Luckily, you know, like I said, this is early enough in the pregnancy. That baby is still super high up in the pelvis. If she were to take a kick, you know, it's well protected in that big, thick mama. Are we good? Okay. Erlene looks so nice and thick. Pretty girl. And they're all like very kind of equally sized. I mean, Trudy's just humongous, but Erlene and Indy are very similar height. Okay, is that it? How demure. That was very mindful. That was very, just so classy of you all. Okay, well, our two most recent wiener mamas are now assimilated out into their pastures with other mares. And we will be doing a lot of pasture swapping here in a couple weeks. But for now, I think everyone's settled. Stay tuned for more. It's time for Lexi to go out with other pregnant mares. Her baby was weaned last week. She's doing phenomenally, but you know, she and Indy, they vibe well, but they're not gonna be together next year because Indy's not pregnant and Lexi is, so she needs to go out with other mares that she's gonna have a long friendship with. Except Charlotte. Charlotte will get moved at some point. She's just really attached to Lady and Ginger. Wild Mustang. Are you ready for more friends? Now that I think of it, all my pastures are mixed of pregnant and non-pregnant. We're gonna have to do a major pasture swap around when I come back from the NSBA World, which is in like 2 weeks. Here comes friend number one. Big, gorgeous lady. These two have never met. Oh, she said, I don't want none of that smoke. I know them little cow horses. Aren't you so pretty, lady? She just said, you know, I'm not up for making new friends today. Next is Charlotte, but they do know each other. She's went out with Lexi for months and months before foaling season. She said, hello, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Charlotte. Look how pretty our girl is. Okay, so far this has been really chill. Blondie, the other Palomino, does bring the heat though. So I'm like wondering how that's gonna go. Ginger, my girl, she is blossoming. Look at Charlotte. Are you and Lady about to frolic? Yes, we love to see it. They're such good little besties. Oh, look at them. Look at them. What a freaking unit, Ginger. She has really blossomed and filled out. She's due next April with Unbridle Your Dreams. She sees Lexi. Are we gonna have any introduction? I mean, I'm good with everybody being peace, love, chill, all the things. Ginger has really learned to stand up for herself, but also not be as annoying as she once was. I think that just comes with age. Oh, do we get a squeal? Do we get a squeal? Listen. Oh, it's coming. I knew it was coming. Charlotte said, what happened, friends? Let's not be like that to one another. Are we going to get another squeal? Is Charlotte going to get caught in the crossfire? She might. She just wants ones. Oh, Lexi. She said, I'm little, but don't mess with me. And then there's Lady being so unproblematic. We love her. Oh, are we having a little bit of a herd dynamic fight over here? Not really a fight, just like a who's the boss situation. Unfortunately, Blondie will just trump all of them. Yeah, let's get right behind the tree where I can't see nothing. I would love to know what they say to each other in these circumstances. Last up is Miss Blondie. All right, you big behemoth, be nice. She knows she's pretty, she knows she's flashy, and she is the mean girl. Lady's over there just, again, minding her own business, getting a little roll in. Ginger, you look like a woodland fairy horse. Blondie looks really offended that there's another Palomino. Oh, maybe Lexi's gonna be the boss mare in this group. Oh, the battle of the blondies. I heard another squeal, except they're behind the freaking tree. Can we move to the left just a little? Don't be kicking her. Don't be kicking her. Oh, it's gotta happen. I know, makes me nervous too. Oh, big mama. Big mama. You know, I don't feel like blonde. Lexi, don't let her freaking double barrel you. She stood her ground though. That was freaking badass, Lexi. She said, you ain't gonna scare me. Okay, well, if these two could be buds, that'd be great. Because I think their due dates are relatively close to one another. Look at that pretty neck on Blondie. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous though. Just freaking don't kill each other. Okay? I'm a fan of this pasture of mares though. I mean, good Lord. Oh my goodness. I could watch them all day. And then Charlotte's just eating in the middle of all of it. Lady's still over to the side, just watching from afar. What a smart girl. Oh my gosh. Now she's being mean to Ginger. You've been with Ginger for a long time. Why are you running her around now? Go eat the hay by yourself then. Good Lord. Okay, well, if y'all can just chill and eat, and if that's the extent of the drama we're going to have, I think that was a successful little entry of Lexi into this little band of mares. They'll get to hang out for a couple weeks. And then again, we're going to do a big swap around of putting the freeloaders together, the pregnant mares together. Then everyone should be where they are supposed to be through foaling season. So stay tuned. It's time to crown this week's problematic mini of the week. If you're new here, we look at the past 7 days and see, out of the minis, the foals, and all my horses, who was the most problematic. It's as simple as it sounds. Who just caused the most problems and basically was the most inconvenient. You know, the recipient this week, you know what, pause. Take a guess. She hasn't been here long, and yet I think this is her second time receiving this award. And that mini is Miss Penny Van Slyke. Hello, Penny. You are the newest of the mini girls, yet proving to be so problematic. I mean, the good thing is you're knocked up. So we know you're going to be having the first baby next year. And I'm already so obsessed with your personality. Like, we've got to get to know Miss Penny a little bit more. That's one of the reasons she's up in the barn. The other is she's knocked up. There's no reason for her to be with Ruler, you know? But the reason for her crowning is the fact that when we brought her back here to be friends with Miss Dolly and to possibly coexist with the mamas and babies so that they could all be on the dry lot because she's a little on the fat side, we figured out just how bossy Miss Penelope is. I mean, look at that face. Look at that face and tell me that's not the face of an evil mastermind, of somebody that takes charge, of someone who's the boss and like bats their eyelashes and gets whatever they want. Because she's so gorgeous, but she's also the tiniest red mare of them all. And she knows it. In such a tiny body, I would have never thought. Who am I kidding? The tiniest of red mares? Of course she's gonna be terrible. Terrible's a strong word. I would say she's assertive. She knows what she wants. She's bossy. She has a plan and she just wants everyone to stick to the plan in the timeline that she came up in her head with. And also she has to be very assertive because of her size. Everyone else is bigger than her, except for Dolly. Dolly's not bigger than her. So I thought they might be besties and Dolly needed a friend because she needed to come to the dry lot. But Dolly's very demure, very cutesy. And you're cutesy, but you're, I would not say you're mindful or demure. I would say you're quite rank, in fact. Rank is a good word for you. Like, I think if she was a regular sized horse and we were riding her, I think we'd all be drawing straws to see who drew the short one that had to ride her. She was running Miss Karen, Miss Regina, the babies, running them all around. Like, not chilling out because she wanted them to be exactly where she wanted them to be on her timeline. Same thing for Miss Dolly, just being bossy pants. Bossy, 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 Miss Penny. We'll say she gets along very well with Coco and Janice, but that just fits. That fits. She's the tiniest mare, and she's still the boss of them, but they're bossy enough back that it works. So right now, because she's fat and because she's pregnant, she's with Dolly, with Karen, with Regina, and she's got to learn how to share a little bit of of the decision making. But we do love her, and we do look forward to getting to know her better. And also for that reason, to make her win the problematic mini, we had a pretty chill week, which we can be thankful for. So let me know, do you think anybody else deserved this more than Penny? And if so, who? I have a new barn update. If you don't know, we built a second barn here at Running Springs. We've been renovating it. I went into this project thinking the timeline was gonna be a lot shorter. I understand construction time now, okay? And then also I went into it specifically saying, this isn't my chandelier barn, this will be a basic barn. Yeah. Oh, it's turning out not to be so basic. And we're not even done yet, but y'all liked seeing the step-by-steps and seeing it come together. And so while I was in Vegas this past week, they were working in here on covering the addition on top of the tack room and the feed room. And we covered it with batten boarding. So this is real rock, real mortar. It's not sticky stone. It's gorgeous. You've already seen that. They painted the doors black, which I think is so sharp. And then I had no clue. I had no clue about the chandeliers. I had zero, like, we're already doing little gooseneck lights over here. And like, anyway, I walk in, I'm like, what the, like, this is now a chandelier barn. What happened to my basic plan? And when my husband is on a job, unfortunately for our budget, it never stays basic, but then it does turn pretty special, which if he's watching this doesn't give you more okays to do more. I think the batten boarding looks so special. This room up here, I've done a couple of videos about, it has no furniture in it yet. My mom is gonna be the designer in there and like the interior designer and lay it out and get me some furniture. But I think it looks fantastic. I love the color we chose for the batten boarding. And now, because the only thing I see when I walk in here is how yellow the freaking spray foam is. And again, this was supposed to be a basic barn. So I was like, leave the spray foam open, it's fine. It's a basic barn. But now we have these gorgeous Lakeland stalls. We have freaking chandeliers. We have a rock and batten boarding, like freaking gorgeous area for the tack rooms and the like an office upstairs. Like it's not basic anymore. And so I think it looks like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just because it's my barn and I'm like being a little bit too crazy over it, but I feel like that's the first thing you see. And I feel like it takes away from the specialness. And so, you know, I'm considering all the options for what to do, but like also trying not to spend a gajillion more dollars. And so I think this is what my first consideration is, trying to match a color that's similar to the batten boarding and just painting it. That's my first thing. And I cannot remember what it's called, but it's in our other barn and it's like a cheaper fake wood above. And again, kind of have it like this grayish brown color that hides dirt really well. So that's the other option. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. We didn't really like frame it for things to cover it, so it would take a lot more framing and a lot more time and all the things. Right now is actually the perfect time to paint because we can kick the horses out for like a full day. So there's that. But with all the like stressful decision-making aspects and the fact that we are so over budget, it really is just like so special and I'm so blessed. So I wanted to give you a little update and it's really coming together. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's time for Lexi to go out with other pregnant mares. Her baby was weaned last week. She's doing phenomenally, but you know, she and Indy, they vibe well, but they're not gonna be together next year because Indy's not pregnant and Lexi is, so she needs to go out with other mares that she's gonna have a long friendship with. Except Charlotte. Charlotte will get moved at some point. She's just really attached to Lady and Ginger. Wild Mustang. Are you ready for more friends? Now that I think of it, all my pastures are mixed of pregnant and non-pregnant. We're gonna have to do a major pasture swap around when I come back from the NSBA World, which is in like 2 weeks. Here comes friend number one. Big, gorgeous lady. These two have never met. Oh? She said, I don't want none of that smoke. I know them little cow horses. Aren't you so pretty, lady? She just said, you know, I'm not up for making new friends today. Next is Charlotte, but they do know each other. She's went out with Lexi for months and months before foaling season. She said, hello. I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Charlotte. Look how pretty our girl is. Okay, so far this has been really chill. Blondie, the other Palomino, does bring the heat though. So I'm like wondering how that's gonna go. Ginger, my girl, she is blossoming. Look at Charlotte. Are you and Lady about to frolic? Yes? We love to see it. They're such good little besties. Oh, look at them. Look at them. What a freaking unit, Ginger. She has really blossomed and filled out. She's due next April with Unbridle Your Dreams. She sees Lexi. Are we gonna have any introduction? I mean, I'm good with everybody being peace, love, chill, all the things. Ginger has really learned to stand up for herself, but also not be as annoying as she once was. I think that just comes with age. Oh, do we get a squeal? Do we get a squeal? Listen. Oh, it's coming. I knew it was coming. Charlotte said, what happened, friends? Let's not be like that to one another. Are we going to get another squeal? Is Charlotte going to get caught in the crossfire? She might. She just wants ones. Oh, Lexi. She said, I'm little, but don't mess with me. And then there's Lady being so unproblematic. We love her. Oh, are we having a little bit of a herd dynamic fight over here? Not really a fight, just like a who's the boss situation. Unfortunately, Blondie will just trump all of them. Yeah, let's get right behind the tree where I can't see nothing. I would love to know what they say to each other in these circumstances. Last up is Miss Blondie. All right, you big behemoth, be nice. She knows she's pretty, she knows she's flashy, and she is the mean girl. Lady's over there just, again, minding her own business, getting a little roll in. Ginger, you look like a woodland fairy horse. Blondie looks really offended that there's another Palomino. Oh, maybe Lexi's gonna be the boss mare in this group. Oh, the battle of the Blondies. I heard another squeal, except they're behind the freaking tree. Can we move to the left just a little? Don't be kicking her. Don't be kicking her. Oh, it's gotta happen. I know, makes me nervous too. Oh, Big Mama. Big Mama. You know, I don't feel like Lexi, don't let her freaking double barrel you. She stood her ground though. That was freaking badass, Lexi. She said, you ain't gonna scare me. Okay, well, if these two could be buds, that'd be great. Because I think their due dates are relatively close to one another. Look at that pretty neck on Blondie. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous though. Just freaking don't kill each other, okay? I'm a fan of this pasture of mares though. I mean, good Lord. Oh my goodness, I could watch them all day. And then Charlotte's just eating in the middle of all of it. Lady's still over to the side, just watching from afar. What a smart girl. Oh my gosh, now she's being mean to Ginger. You've been with Ginger for a long time. Why are you running her around now? Go eat the hay by yourself then. Good Lord. Okay, well, if y'all can just chill and eat, and if that's the extent of the drama we're going to have, I think that was a successful little entry of Lexi into this little band of mares. They'll get to hang out for a couple weeks. And then again, we're going to do a big swap around of putting the freeloaders together, the pregnant mares together. Then everyone should be where they are supposed to be through foaling season. So stay tuned. Let's try to see the goaties before they wake up for the day. You have to be very sneaky. I see Buttercup and her babies. See, I ruined it. They were all sleeping on their own little spools. Oh, the babies were already up though. Look at Bee and Busy laying together. Blossom must be having her morning outside water, you know, by herself. She let her sister take her kid for the morning. Bella, you're looking large, Loca. Good morning, girls. Look at these two looking so grown up. Miss Bloom and Briar, they're just over a year old now. First time. Here's the thing. We're not feeding them a bunch right now. The only one that's pregnant is Bella. And then these girlies, they're still growing. So they just get a little taste every morning. Are you two being so sweet and sharing? Honey, are you going to be sweet and share too? Bella. That was so not nice. She just hit the baby. Bella, girl. We're looking just real large for not being due for another month. Oh, she's bagging up too. Oh, good Lord. This is her third freshening. So, I mean, it's not as uncommon that she has a bag earlier than, let's say, you know, Honey, who's gonna be a first freshener next year. She looks thick, but also it's the time of year where they have plentiful grass and we keep hay in front of them. So I think they're all just a little fat at the moment. I wouldn't use her fatness as an indication that she's actually pregnant, but I'm not saying she's not until, you know, we pass the due date. But yeah, look at Bella's bag. She's due around September 12th. That's her like 145-day due date from the first day that Taz was here. So technically, she could even be due later than that, but I don't think she is. I think he got her immediately. Now, a lot of people have asked me about weaning Miss Busy or Miss Clover. Here's the thing, I do still see them nurse, but I see their mama's udders are going down significantly. And so with the Dolings, we have the luxury of leaving these kids on a bit longer. With the bucks, like the bucklings, it's a lot harder because unless you're going to ban them really early, which I don't, they could literally breed their own mother pretty early. And so we pull them, you know, at that like 8-week mark and make sure that they don't breed their moms or their sisters. So this year we had the luxury of all girls. Bella, keep the streak going. Cook me a couple little Dolings, will ya? So you get to stay a little longer with mama. Isn't that fun? The last time I kept twin girls, they were quote unquote weaned the next time that a buck came to town. And so they were a few months old and it worked really well. Like they were pretty easy to separate and they didn't freak out or anything. All right, girlies, you wanna go to the front pasture? Let's see if they'll follow me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're following. Come on, big girls. Look at their little path. Bella's leading it. Don't you worry. Come on, girls. Oh, you're a wide thing, aren't you? Oh, Buttercup. You're light on your feet this morning. They still have these little lanes that like forks off from the original one and they stick to their path. Look at that. They're like, Mother, why did you call us out here? There's no food. A lot of people are mistaken when they're like, hey, why do you even mow your grass? You have goats. Goats could not care less about grass. They want leaves, branches, they want to browse. You're thinking of sheep, and I don't have sheep. I have spoiled little goats. So to them, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Bee, what are you smelling? Are you in heat? Is that why y'all been so loud the past couple days? Look at her and her little lipstick. Anywho, I called them out here because it was fun. And sometimes that's the only purpose. Hope you enjoyed. The Wiener Boys have been so good and they've been going out in the arena until today. We are gonna go put them out in number 4, which is our biggest dry lot. It just got revamped yesterday, so it's nice and flat and they covered all the rocks with more sand and quarter down. So I figured it was the perfect time for Benedict and Woody to venture out past the arena by themselves as weaned little colts. So let's go put them out. Of course, we want to put them on grass, but the grass pastures are just, oh my gosh, it's a groundhog. Look at that groundhog go. Don't be doing any holes in my pastures. Anywho, we do want to put them on grass. Our pastures are just rocky, a lot more uneven. So if they do go run around and be crazy, the dry lot is flatter, cushier, a little bit better. Here they come, handsome men. Maggie's watching out her window. So are Molly and Daphne. All right, big guys, we would love if you stayed calm, if there was some mild zoomies. I think zoomies are great. I think they're fun, but like, let's keep it to a controlled zoom, you know? It's still early in the morning. Well, early, it's like 9 a.m., so it's not 100 degrees yet. And so we thought it'd be a good time for them to get out. There's no other horses around. If we did it later in the day, there'd be horses out in each of these pastures. And I just feel like that would be, I don't know, a little distracting. My horses have been so boring the past couple days, but I'm actually loving it. It doesn't make for the best TV. It makes for better vet bills. Oh, they just got a fresh hay delivery. I changed locations in hope that it would cause them to maybe move, do something. You know, I'm just extremely proud that we're not nursing on one another. Honestly, I'm proud of them so much. Like, they are such good little baby boys. They have taken weaning so much better and braver than I imagined. I thought these two were gonna be little mama's boys. Okay, well, I think babies have been put in the corner. I don't think they know that they can use the whole thing. We will come check on them later, probably on Snapchat, and see that they are, you know, hanging about, moving about, maybe eating some of their hay that we just stocked for them. But right now they're being real boring and I have a bang trim to get to. So I I understand it's been a boring week. Every time I'm like, let's go put the horses out and introduce them to each other, there's like nothing happening, but can't say I'm complaining. It's chiropractor day here at Running Springs. Me and Daphne both have our bangs out. Both of my 2-year-old fillies are about to get a couple week break because we're going to NSBA World on Thursday, but we're still adjusting them. Any of the horses that are in consistent work, we keep on a 6-week chiropractic schedule. We're gonna go watch your older sister Penelope this week, and then that'll hopefully be you next year. So she's just kind of checking all over, seeing if Daphne shows positive for any discomfort. Daphne hasn't been ridden yet. Planning on her first ride for when we come back from NSBA World. She just pointed out this tragic little miscut in her mane. When she got her bowl cut, there was a little miss here. So she's looking to see if she's reactive, which she seems to be. But with the babies, they might be reactive just because they're babies. So you have to kind of know them well enough to know, hey, are they testing positive for pain? Or are they testing positive for, hey, I don't want you to do that? Okay, so we settled in. It really was a case of like, hey, I just really don't want you to do that, because she's an opinionated 2-year-old mare in the making, and her mom is the dragon of the farm. So much with these babies is they are developing so much muscle right now. So if they're uneven in places, if they're compensating because they are showing pain, but they're not necessarily lame, then they can build that muscle asymmetrically. And so you want to make sure that you're helping them stay as symmetrical as possible. Someone was being a little dancy and I had to run away. Ricky's over here just unproblematic, getting her massage like a queen. So she's trying to get her to adjust herself. Oh, like that, Daphne. What are you doing? Do you need adjusted for all your hard work, Miss Libby? Well, Daphne backed herself up and now we have to rescue Libby. Girlfriend, I tried. I got my bangs freshly trimmed. They're going back. I'm sorry, I made it about 15 minutes. She's being a little wiggly, but she's also allowing for the adjustments, which is nice. Okay, what about the pole? Good girl. She liked that part. She said, well, maybe this feels good. Let's see. Good girl. You already got your adjustment. You'll be able to see that on Snapchat. We're not making videos of all the horses today, but there'll be a little behind the scenes on Snapchat for sure. What a good baby. Letting her get her spine aligned. Next is Molly. I think Molly's gonna also be a little attitude-y. Molly, are you gonna behave better than Daphne? She's feeling her TMJ. Doesn't look like she's super reactive there. Oh, pole? Oh, she does not like her pole being messed with. Let Miss Rachel help, Molly. It'll feel better. She just gotta wait her. She's not even pulling on her. She just gotta wait her out until she calms down. She's licking, she's chewing, she's licking. Good girl. Good girl. She's just doing like pressure and release on that point. And you can definitely see when she chills out. Good girl. She's starting to lick her lips now. Miss Rachel's here to help you. Checking on her back, seeing for any sensitivity. She's getting her to flex herself. Oh, she's getting her to do, what is it called? Is it the abductor, adductor? Or is that a human thing? Interior, posterior, pelvic. Okay. I had that wrong. Gonna do it? Good girl. Oh, and look at the end. Look at the end. Good girl, Moll. So that was the 2-year-olds. Obviously, I didn't show every single adjustment she did just for time's sake, but next we are gonna adjust Ethel and Kennedy because they head to Tulsa, Oklahoma on Thursday. We wanna make sure they are nice and comfy before they get on a long trailer ride. Cavallo saw the video of us putting little booties on Dolly and said, silly, you have the mini horse Cavallo booties. We make donkey ones, and this one's even tinier, and it should fit Dolly's little foot better. So let's try it on. Now, she's such a good girl. I think I can get this on with no halter by myself because you're just like the best. She has the most dainty little foot. So they sent 2 sizes. This is the smaller of the two because I think she has the world's tiniest little foot. But let's see. Can you lift that for me? Yeah. World's tiniest foot. Or is it? Oh, I think that's snug. I think that's actually really good. I think there's, I thought it was a little tight at first, and we'll watch her walk around, but I feel like that's actually snug enough that it's not gonna, rotate around. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, time for the other one. You're such a good girl, Dolly. You're literally the best. Can you set your foot down now? In it? There we go. Good girl, doll. Isn't she just like the best girl? She's such a sweet girl. Now, can you be a sweet girl and just roam over to the pasture, or do I gotta put a halter on you? Come on, little donkey. I don't think people realize how teeny tiny you are. Hey, remember when we used to time getting her to the pasture when she was pregnant with Pico? Ma'am, we are not taking a detour. This is for fun, and you have to keep it fun. Okay, on the right track we go. Sometimes she just stops for no reason. Okay, you want to talk about an immovable object is a donkey that doesn't want to walk. Okay, well, back to the halter of shame you go. Look at your little shoes. For those that don't know, she wears shoes to keep her feet dry, trying to harden them up. They got really wet, soft, so they were causing, it was easier for her to get abscesses and bruises. This is something that we've had issues with from her previous home. And we had a ton of rain in the past couple of months, I'm talking 35 inches of rain. And so it made it to where her feet just got super duper wet. So we're trying to dry them out. Karen knew we were coming out and she said she was gonna give us some rolls. Do a full rotation for us. Come on, Karen, there we go. She's worth $100 more now. Oh, Dolly said that looked like fun. She's gonna give us a little roll too. Do we get a full rotation? She's got a little different style to her roll. Oh, she puts a lot of effort though. It's supposed to rain tonight, so with that being said, Dolly will come up for dinner time. She will not be going out all night long. Our hope is for her to go out all night long when it's dry out. But for now, she gets to hang out with these fancy little mini girls in her fancy new Cavallo donkey booties. And I think they fit her so much better. Gidget's like, what's on your feet? Okay. We took too long in this one, so part 2 will be of Penelope joining these ladies because she's a little bossy, and I think it'll be entertaining. It is so hot here in Tennessee. And
we know. We can smell ya.
Hey, that is rude. What do you want me to do about it?
Well, for starters, you could put on some wild deodorant.
Okay. This is rich coming from a goat. Don't people not want to smell like goats?
I'm trying to help you avoid smelling like a goat. Wild smells as good as a perfume, but it's 24-hour odor protection. It's got shea butter and coconut, it's aluminum and paraben-free, and it's refillable to boot. All you have to do is wind the case right down, slide the bottom out of the case, remove the used refill, and put in the new. Push the bottom back into the case, twist up, and use. Again, it's so easy and it smells great.
Oh, yeah.
Also, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Winnie the Pooh, Wild is collaborating for a Disney Winnie the Pooh inspired case. You can get a Disney Winnie the Pooh stick deodorant, body wash, and lip balm.
That sounds pretty amazing, and it smells great to boot. So if you want to check out Wild, I have a special code that is only available for 24 hours. So if you want to use Wild KTBS for 20% off, go use that at checkout. And thank you, Busy, for bringing my stinkiness to attention so that I could use something as great as Wild. Penny, my newest mini, is quite bossy and spicy. And she's gonna go out with Karen, Regina, Dolly, and the babies. And we're learning not to be as bossy. No. I do think it's entertaining to watch how she interacts because she's the tiniest, she's the new girl, and yet she's just the bossiest girl around. That's the only word I can choose to describe her the best, is bossy. So let's take her out, shall we? Also, if you missed it, Miss Penny is due in 2027 with a ruler baby, so she'll be due in May. Now, we let everybody else on grass for a bit just because it's gonna rain tonight. They're gonna be in the dry lot. Miss Dolly and Penny are gonna be coming inside for the night. So they're not gonna be out on grass for long. Jenny immediately has such issues with Penny. Like, she recognizes that that's what she's gonna be like in the future. And she's like, hey, I'm the mayor. I'm the spicy one. What are you doing here? You're taking my spot. Oh, she's got a roll too. I haven't seen if you're a full rotationer or not, Penny. Yep, 1. Are you gonna give Karen a run for her money? Karen's usually our full rotation queen. If you missed it, Dolly got some new booties. You can go watch her own video from earlier. What do you think, Jenny? What do you think of Miss Penny? She's very intrigued by her. Look at that fancy baby. So is Gidget. Look at Gidget watching her. They're both fancy girls. She might be tiny, but she is mighty. And I feel like it might be good for these two to have a mare who isn't their mom. You know, teach them a little lesson. I said what I said. They're just a little on the spoiled side. Now that I think of it, I don't think Penny has been in this pasture. She's been in the dry lot. She's been in the grass pasture up front. But today's her first day going out back here, just because, like I said, it's just going to be for about an hour. And then we got to bring them up because it's going to rain. Technically, Penny doesn't need to come up, but Dolly does, and she needs a friend. Are you seeing yourself in the future as the bossy red mare? She's back there exploring. I feel like with how far away she is, it gives you a little idea of how big this pasture is. I feel like on social media, sizing and proportions just don't really come across on camera correctly. What are you doing all the way down there? I just got sideswiped by a very small miniature horse. And now she's rubbing her butt against me. Don't you kick me. She's using me as her own scratching post. You're rotten. Now, is she down there checking my fences for holes? She's been going around the perimeter. Are you looking for somewhere to escape? Okay, well, she's been hanging out with Sabrina for too long. She laid down at my feet and started rolling after using me as her own personal scratching post. Gidget, where are you going? Go with your friend. What are y'all doing? Dolly, you better enjoy this grass. You only get it a little bit. Jenny, be nice. She's an older lady. She's had kids before. She knows how to whoop you. Look at my 2 little red and white pinto girls. Are we going to have trouble telling them apart? New people that haven't, been watching forever? Can you tell them apart? Mark my words. Miss Penny is going to be the first mini mare to give me a pinto baby. Okay? We've just got to wait 10 more months to see. Okay, well, that was uneventful. All of my introductions the past couple of days have been so uneventful, but I love it. So, this is a happy little pasture. I hope you enjoyed. It's chiropractor day here at Running Springs, and we are adjusting my 2 ladies who are going to the NSBA World this week before they get on a long trailer ride. They're gonna be away from home for 2 weeks. We wanna make sure they're nice and adjusted prior to all of that. Now, is Ethel showing? No, but she's playing a very important part as pony horse extraordinaire, which is still a very physically demanding job. So she's gonna go ahead and see if she's positive anywhere, get her to do her interior and posterior pelvic stretches. Doing a little back adjustment. Good girl, Ethel. She's just the best. Ethel, you're gonna be the fanciest pony horse on the whole property. Ethel's a good girl, and she lets her do all of the stretches. And then she's able to get behind her and check for symmetry because we know that Ethel's not gonna kick her head off. Gonna go ahead and pull her tail, align that spine. She's gonna try to get her to adjust herself. There we go. Instead of yanking on her. Look at the lip licking. I can't speak today. Gracie has 0 self-preservation and has been standing or laying right behind all the horses as they get adjusted. Let's do this way. Let's do this way. Stop playing. Stop playing. She's like, oh, we're playing a game, Miss Rachel? Now time for her pull. Look at her loose lips. She's loving this. She knows it feels good. The older horses that have done it for a long time, they tend to know that this is good for them. Get adjusted, girl. Yum, yum. We're gonna get some, yep, there's the licks. Look at that profile. She's so stunning. So she can feel where her tongue is very stuck to the left side of her mouth. So she's brave. She's grabbing it. and we're gonna get her to do a tongue release. So as she gets looser in that tongue and a little freer, which will also make her feel better up here, that tongue will get longer. It'll come out more. Rachel wants you to know she's not pulling on their tongue. She just holds and then they do all the work. And there we go, Ethel. Good girl. What a picture. Okay, next is Kennedy. Now, Kenneth is the star of the show, of the horses coming from Running Springs to the NSBA World, but we got to make sure that both of our girls are feeling equally as good, because Ethel is going to NSBA World to pony Kennedy to prepare Kennedy to show. Kenneth is not quite as happy with her as Ethel is. Getting some adjustments. She's being a good girl. She's only putting up a minimal, like, hey, I don't like that, but she's letting it happen. A big thing for this mare and Ethel is the symmetry that they have now that they've been into work for 6 months consistently. Sure, both of them are mares who, you know, we do maintenance, we do PEMF, we do chiropractic work. We make sure that we are taking care of their joints, like all those things. But a big thing is fitness does lead to soundness in the long run and keeping them fitter. And so we're seeing those effects now at that like 6 month mark of them being in consistent work. And we're seeing symmetry in both of these mares in their muscling and their entire body. So they're staying like where they don't need adjustments as much as prior. My favorite thing is her ears are pissed, but she's licking her lips. She knows it feels better, but she's also pissed that it feels better. She doesn't want to stand here and have someone do something to her. Don't run into my cat who's not moving. Sir, get up. And only when she whipped him with her tail did he even wake up. Still not moving, still not caring. Kenneth, let her do it. Stop being like that. She's enraged that we are taking care of her. Oh, you're braver than I. She said, give me that tongue. She wasn't nearly as tight as Ethel was from the get-go. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, yum, yum. Didn't that feel so good? So these girls are adjusted. They have one more day here at home to go out in the pasture, have their light rides, and then they will be on the trailer for a long time on Thursday. Which little baby is getting caught first? We're about to give baths to my little tiny fillies for the very first time. They've been hosed, but they haven't been soaped and lathered and had an actual bath before. So today's the day. What a good girl. Look, she's wanting to drink it. Look, it's a water stream. Nummy. You just put your head in it. Karen, don't kick me. You just put your head in it. Num num. Oh, yum. She's fine, like, absolutely using it as her own personal outside water source. She is not fine with it on her. It's okay. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good girl, Gidget. I know how to give a bath. This is going to be the most basic little bit of shampoo bath you've ever seen, okay? You want to see the brush? You want to see the shampoo? It's nothing scary. I'm just going to put a little on the brush. But this should be the easy part. You're doing so good. This part just feels like you're getting pets. Karen, ma'am, you are so impatient. You're such a good girl. You're brave. You're doing a good job. The shampoo next to your leg is so big. These little teeth. Look at these teeth. Easy. It looks like we were absolutely torturing her. Good girl. Look how dark she is under, like, when she's wet. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Good girl. Good job. Mommy has to get hosed off too. Do you forgive me for your bath? Okay, that makes me feel better. So I think she's gonna stay dry for us a little bit. That's the vibe that I'm getting. I think she's gonna be a really good girl. So next is Jenny. That was Gidget's first ever bath, and I think she did splendid. She is biting the halter, but I would too. Hello, Miss Jenny. No, Geneva. Virginia. Virginia Louise. Okay, from the fact that it was wildly more dramatic to catch Jenny today, her first bath might be a little more dramatic than Gidget. Now, here's the thing. We already gave Gidget her bath. If you haven't watched that yet, please do. Let's just make a forecast. Do we think Jenny, because she has liked water better in the past, do we think she's going to be better for her first bath? I think there's a good chance. Gina, let her catch you. Hold on. You want to back up the hill? Okay, that's fine. Virginia, help me out, girl. Jennifer, Genevieve, Virginia Slim. Are our feet safe? What about our feet? What about Miss Rachel's feet? You want to touch the water? It's a little harder this time. She bit at it. What about the water? Good girl. Okay. Okay. I think you'll like this part. It's just like getting a bunch of pets. Like getting all your itches. Good girl. Little toesies. Good girl. You did very good too. Mwah. Mwah, mwah. We looked at Gidget's teeth. Look at Jenny's teeth. She doesn't have as many as Gidget. Mwah. We'll be slow. We can go at a slow pace. Good job. Good girl. Jenny's doing good too. Good girl. There we go. Okay, you're done. You're done. Regina needs to be a show horse. She knows all about the grooming. Girl. She is so angry. I feel like she's about to double barrel. She's about to double barrel me. That was so rude. Okay, well, they're just being rude little turds now. I saw that coming. Look at Karen. Just look at Karen. That's a picture of what this experience felt like. I just want you to know. There will be a longer version of this on YouTube. Jenny is angry eating, and she's angry at me as she backed her butt up to kick me. So, hope y'all enjoyed. New barn update, except this is about the pastures around the new barn. So right now, the back side of the new barn looks a little dumpy, looks a little gross, but we just did a ton of grading, and now it's time to actually start fencing. Unfortunately, here in Middle Tennessee, it's so much shelf rock, it's so hilly, it's beautiful, but when you're building things and trying to have flat, nice paddocks, it's difficult. So basically, let me just give you an idea of where these new pastures are gonna be. So the back end of the new barn is right there. Obviously, the arena goes forward, and so we're trying to make all the fence lines, match up. We don't want a whole lot of haphazard grid lines. Like, we want things to look symmetrical. So it made sense for that fence line to come on the other side of this tree line. And by this tree line, I mean this like overgrown brush line that we needed to take out anyway. So like on the other side of these panels, that's where that fence line's gonna be. And behind the barn, that's where like the manure pit's gonna be. It's gonna be where we park tractors, implements, things like that. So the fence line is what I'm getting at. It's gonna be a little bit on the other side of that. And then we have to leave a lane here because there's a cattle pasture right there where we have all of the like newborn babies, and it's right behind the cow barn. So we have to have a lane for the cows to come from that pasture into the big 40 acres out front. So there's gonna be a lane, and then there is this berm here that's gonna get flattened. I used to jump my four-wheeler on it as a child, so I'm kind of sad about this one little berm leaving, but it's gonna get graded out. This is the only pasture that's gonna need a little bit of dirt work. We're okay with everything being on a slope. We kind of just have to be. This tree is gonna be the corner, so this is gonna act as quite a bit of shade for this pasture, but they're also gonna have that tree. And during certain parts of the day, this tree line will also have a little bit of shade. So essentially, in line with this tree, this all is pasture number one. It's bigger than you think. I was pretty ecstatic with this much ground being added to our horse pastures. Okay, that's one. Two is gonna be a lot longer and skinnier because there's a pond and it drops off. You see? And we also are using this for cows still. So the cows need the pond for a water source. They have another water source as well. But this is all gullies and it's like a spring. So we have to make this pasture a lot skinnier. So it's basically going to use this tree like just in front of it as a fence line, and it's going to go over. So it's going to be skinnier, but it's going to go quite a bit over. It's going to be probably the flattest, and it's going to be right outside the barn door. So I think this is still going to be really nice pasture. It'll have this tree as shade. And again, this tree will kind of act as shade for both. This one was newly graded, so we just seeded it, and we're going to have to seed it again because it all got washed away from all of these random storms. Like, look how pretty the view is going to be from these pastures. Imagine, this is going to be green. This is going to be green. And this pasture goes all the way over. We're still driving in that pasture until right about, we made some markers earlier. I think right about here. So this is the line. It's like halfway through the arena. So from halfway down that fence line, all the way down the hill, including the tree, and then we're using this fence line that's gonna get redone as the border, and it's gonna go down this lane again because we have to move cows sometimes. So this is gonna be a pretty dang big pasture. I know it's hard to wrap your head around. It's gonna look good. And then we cross the driveway. Miss Indy's over there, say hello. I was hoping to make an even bigger pasture on this side of the lane, but unfortunately this side just washes way too much, has way too many spaces that are dangerous for horses. The cows have no problem with it, so we're gonna leave it for the cows, but we're still getting another pasture. Sometimes things are just like they don't make sense. You're like, that's too small, and then you actually map it out and it's not. So pasture number 3, which is where Ariel and Monica and all these mares are, it's honestly too small for that many horses. I know that. So just like we made like a pasture 1A with this new pasture earlier in the year, we're basically making a pasture, 3A. So that pasture takes up like 1 and 2 depth wise. This is going to take up the same width as pasture number 3, and it's going to go all the way over. So it'll come off of that corner, go all the way over here, and then come up. Hello, Woodrow. How are you? I wish I could use all the space behind me, but it is just, even if we did dirt work, even if we fixed it, the slope that it's on, the years and years of washout, like it just would continue to be such upkeep and such a hassle and honestly dangerous. So essentially, this is all going to be another pasture, and it doesn't look huge until you look at the size of Indy over there. Use that to scale. It's way bigger than you think. So 4 new pastures are coming right up. It's going to be great. I'm about to be out of town at NSBA World for like 11 days. Obviously, we're going to have updates coming to you from the farm, but this is one of the projects that's getting started while I'm gone. So we mapped everything out today, and they're going to get started on it, I think as soon as like tomorrow, at clearing that brush and stuff. So very exciting things. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for updates. If you remember Baby 7, stop scrolling. It's been almost exactly a year since Baby 7, which was a foal that I bred who was born extremely prematurely, passed away. And in his honor, and all of the people who took care of him and used their talents and knowledge to attempt to give him the best life we possibly could, even for the short while, we started a scholarship in his name. The scholarship is through the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and their incredible veterinary program. And so it is to help a 3rd-year veterinary student who focuses on equine medicine specifically. That year is one that doesn't have as many scholarships provided for them. And we give $7,000 to 7 students every year. So $49,000 total. I have committed to paying the scholarship itself yearly, but in the case that I can no longer pay it, or something happens to me, or whatever, we've also created an endowment fund. And what that means is we have a fund that we're hoping to get to a dollar amount where the interest of the fund covers the scholarship. Last year, we were able to raise well over $130,000 with Seven's merch, which brings me to this month because, it's been a year. A lot of you asked me about him, and a lot of you asked if we were ever going to bring merch back. And I didn't want to bring it back just for the sake of bringing it back. I wanted it to mean something, and I wanted to help the endowment fund. So we have 7 merch back for a limited time, and a portion of the proceeds are going towards the endowment fund. This keychain is the exact one that we had last year. We reordered them, and we do have a limited stock of this because it was special order. So the 7 strong keychain is available now again, but what's brand new is this. So in t-shirts, in hoodies, in just regular sweatshirts, in tank tops, we have this beautiful design. So this photo was taken by Nathan Perry, who is, you know, a main character here at Katie Van Slyke. He is one of our photographers, videographers, producers, and he took a photo of 7 that was just beautiful a few days before he passed away. And we sent it to an artist for, you know, inspiration, and we said, can you please make this into a painting? Can we use this on merch? They did. We use real artists, and this is the new design to honor 7 and to hopefully raise more money for the fund that's in his name to save more horses. There are also a couple of digital downloads that you can use for personal use. So if you want a phone background, if you want to use it on a t-shirt or a mug or something that you create for yourself personally, those are also available. But I want to let you know, for a limited time, we now have 7 merch back in the KVS store, katievanslyke.net. And I'm just hoping that, you know, his life continues to create good in this world. And I am just so grateful to all the people who took care of him, and I just want to give back. So those who are asking for 7 merch back, it's here, but only for a limited time. So let me know if you have any questions, and go shop at katievanslyke.net. It's breeding season here at Running Springs. I'm just kidding. It's not. It hasn't been for a while. It's friggin' hot. We are nowhere near having babies or creating babies, but Miss Monica here is new, and I purchased her pregnant. She's getting a little on the sleepy side at the moment because in the last few weeks, which this could be completely normal, she has started doing some signs like she's in heat. Now, that happens with hormonal changes. Sometimes my mares, while they're pregnant, they start acting really studdy, like a stallion. Sometimes they act like they're in heat and they're trying to get the mare next door to breed them. But we want to know, before we get, you know, farther into her pregnancy, is she still pregnant? Which is why the ultrasound machine is here. Literally put the sleeve on, then was like, wait, she might be far enough along. Let's just do an abdominal probe instead of being mean. It's not mean. It's fine. But instead of having to do a rectal ultrasound when they are far enough along, you can actually do from the outside of their stomach. If we don't see one, we will make sure with a rectal ultrasound first. So she is due March 10th, I believe. So she should be like around 120 days pregnant. Let's see. Show me the baby. Well, there's something. Hold on. I'm blurry. You want to tell me if it's a boy or girl on this one?
I could try.
You could try. It's a 50-50 shot. Let's see.
There's the stomach.
There's the tummy of the baby in the tummy of the mom. How crazy is that? You see the spine.
Heart's gonna be right there.
I think you could make a pretty good estimate of what you think. I want a bay colt. That's what I want.
There's the heart.
Oh, look at that heartbeat. Isn't that magical? We hardly ever do ultrasounds at this stage of the pregnancy, so you really don't ever get to see it. He says he's not good at it, so I think more practice helps with deciding if it's a boy or girl in there. Because, I mean, doesn't it look kind of similar, testes versus ovaries at this stage?
It's just a matter of, they look the same, it's just a matter of the location. One's in front of the limb buds and one's behind the limb buds, underneath the tail. So you kind of have to have a good
Okay,
as you need.
so the tail's here.
You can see the vertebrae in the tail.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the limb buds here, and where's the general tubercle? Is that the general tubercle underneath the tail, or is it? I'm not seeing it in front. There's the general tubercle back here underneath the tail, which is right here.
So you think it's a girl?
If I'm guessing, it's a girl.
Okay, so you've guessed that Opal's having a boy, and you've guessed that Miss Monica is having a girl, which is kind of the opposite of what I was going for on both of them. So we'll have to see. We'll make a note of this. We think Monica's having a girl and Opal's having a boy, per Dr. Matthew. So that's good to know. Monica is still with child. She is still due March 10th, and we think it's a filly. So you're just gonna have to stay tuned to find out. It's gonna be a little bit of a wait. Let's go check on the wiener boys. You know what I mean, the weanlings, the little babies who we just weaned from their mamas. We have 2 colts, Woody and Benedict, and they've been weaned for about a week now. Hello, cuties. They've been going out in pasture number 4 for a couple of days, which is our biggest dry lot. It just got revamped, so it's nice and flat and cushy, and it's not all washed out. We've had so much rain, so that's been an issue. And they have neighbors today. Have you been talking with the nice ladies next door? Mr. Benedict, your mommy is very happy. So, I mean, we have Indy out in pasture 1A. You can't even see her. You could kind of see her walking in the middle. So she doesn't give a crap that Woody's in literal eyesight. And then same for Lexi. Lexi's up on the hill. So there's trees blocking, there's distance blocking, but their moms are out in the pasture. They can see them, they can hear them, and no one cares. Now, I just made a video about all the new pastures that are about to be put in here at Running Springs. And so our hope is for the weanlings, yearlings, 2-year-olds, and performance horses to be stalled at the new barn. We're going to be having to do a lot of rearranging. That way that Stephanie can easily access them to work with them, and then we keep them up close, keep an eye on them since they are like in a big growth stage or performance stage. And that's where I'm hoping these boys go out and they can start going out with Gunner. And Stephanie's colt is going to be coming to the farm. That's Jimmy. Are you getting some water, you sweet boys? So there's a lot of exciting things. For now, I think this is a good spot for them, but we will be putting them out into grass, very soon. That is our goal for them, but this is good space for them to get around, run around, be, in eyesight. Hey, there's Indy all the way over there, not caring. The boys could come over here if they wanted and like talk to her pretty closely, and they don't care. I promise. This was one of the most easy, successful weanings. I should probably go find some wood to knock on. They got Beyonce over there. She's not paying attention. You could say that she's offering comfort, but she's not. She's just eating. And they're crafty. They're getting them some grass. Oh, you got a wet mouth. Do you get you some drinks? That's nummy. But for anyone asking how the boys are doing, for an update, seems like there's just not been a whole lot of action this week. Thank God there hasn't been. I mean, seriously. So there's your update on the wiener boys. I think they're pretty content, but this is not where they're going to be long term. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh Lord, I feel like I'm about to watch something happening. I feel like Coco's giving some signals to Mr. Ruler, and there is something. Oh Lord, y'all just look at my pretty nails from today. Look at that pretty color. I did it because my show shirt kind of matches. I'm going to NSBA World for the next 11 days. And so I feel like my nails look pretty, don't you? Don't you? Okay, well, guess we need to write this down as well, this date. I've been seeing Ruler on Coco for about, 2-3 days now. Janice is very unbothered down there. She said he's already through with her a couple weeks ago. So I've now confirmed sightings of Ruler breeding Janice and Coco. So now we just got to see if they come back into heat. And honestly, if the vet's out here in about 3 weeks, I might just have them checked. Mini horses, different than the mini donkeys, can actually be palpated and checked with an ultrasound the way we do the big horses. So you can check way earlier. Look at you, pretty girl. I'm so excited. The miniature horses have been taking a little bit of a back seat to the big horses at the horse shows, but Janice's yearling son, Jack, is making his AMHR Nationals debut here in a few weeks. So we're gonna go see that. Like, we're going in person. I'm not showing him. My trainer, Emily Condor, will be showing him. But I do have a daughter of Mr. Ruler here who's 3, named Gretchen. If you're new to the page, then you probably haven't seen her, but she's been at training for the last, 8 or 9 months. She looks just like him, just a different color. And who knows, if I'm there, if things go well, maybe I'll show her. Anyway, I stopped to just check on everything and ended up getting a show. So I hope y'all, and I don't know if you enjoyed that or not, but I'm showing you anyway. And let's write this date down, because if this round of breeding with Ruler took for both Janice and Coco, of course there'll be a couple of weeks apart, but both of these mares tend to go to their due date, like a little over 340 days. And so with that being said, they would both, I believe, have like mid-July due dates next year. It's gonna be hot. And if they got, Ruler can go home to Mr. Chandler in Ocala. So Let's cross our fingers and stay tuned to find out. Old barn update. I feel like I've been giving y'all a lot of new barn updates, but if you don't know, the barn that we currently have all of our mamas and babies in, we have been renovating for well over a year now. We've been trying to use all of the old stalls, have them redone, yada, yada, yada. Then we figured out it was much easier to get amazing stalls from Lakeland Farm and Ranch Direct. So that's what these stalls are. They match pretty well with our old ones with a lot less, honestly, cost, and it was so much easier. They were amazing, but that's not what this video is about. The video is about the fact that this side looked a lot like this side not too long ago, right before foaling season. And so we've had panels up as like dividers and just being able to use this side until now. So this is the before. This barn was, I believe, built in the 70s. It was a quarter horse racehorse farm for quite a while. And then, you know, it changed hands until the late 90s. And then some very nice people by the name of Slyke bought it. And so ever since then, this has been our family farm. And so all these projects are happening while I'm going to the NSBA World. So I'm going to be gone for dang near 2 weeks. Of course, you're going to be getting updates from home. Don't worry. But I just had to do a little, like, here's what it looks like. It looks terrible. They're gutting it out. They're redoing all the wood. It's going to be, instead of, you know, one stall per section, we're going to do exactly like we did on this side and turn 2 stalls into 1 foaling stall. We used to have these really cool sliding dividers, and we're going to keep them, but for now we're taking them out. Don't need them. These are going to be specifically foaling stalls for, I mean, pretty much the future going on. So these 2, that'll be all 1 stall. This will all be 1 stall, and then we'll have 1 extra stall on the end. Going forward, this is very much going to be the mama and baby, the brood mare, the mare and foal, the foaling barn, and then the new barn is like the performance workhorse barn. Of course, there's going to be a few freeloaders scattered about. And of course, I don't want to make promises on a timeline because I've done that before and it's bitten me in the butt, but pretty soon, maybe not as soon as I come home, but pretty soon after I come home, this side will look like this side, and then we'll get to finishing all the staining and all the things, and it's gonna be beautiful. So stay tuned to see the after. Hi, I'm Katie Van Slyke, and we're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the NSBA World Championship Show. Let me show you my crib. We're here for a full 11 days. There's 8 of us. We needed something a little bougie, and so I put Rachel on the job, and this is my first time seeing it, so come along. This is a very lovely, kind of quaint living room, if I have to say. Kind of medium-sized TV, rock's okay. And then we got this beautiful outdoor space that I will be showing you later. But first, the kitchen. So, come. Oh, excuse me. I feel like we'll probably do a little bit of cooking while we're here since we're here so long. You know, we can't go out to eat every single night. So we've got this beautiful kitchen. I mean, look at that stone archway. It's just better than I could have ever imagined, honestly. The table could be a little bit longer though. If you turn left from the kitchen, you do have a little side bathroom. Lovely wallpaper. I love how everything is just so cozy and extra and bougie. So we're gonna go past the living space and onto the bedrooms. This first one is mine. Yeah, that's a bedroom. I also thought it was just another wing of the house at first. Now you might say, wow, Katie, you have a living room in your bedroom. Well, not just one. Look at this bed. I mean, it's just stunning. It really is. I was trying to play coy at first. This is just outrageous. So we've got the bed, we've got the bath, another sitting room, 2 sitting rooms. Come past the bath. I've got to do a makeup video now. I've got the whole vanity. You've got a closet, another closet, and the shower is remarkable. Love the color. Anywho, what a lovely bookcase. Got to go down this long hallway to more bedrooms. Okay, nice vibe. Next bedroom, I think Stephanie said she wanted to stay in this one, but it has a nice Jack and Jill, and it goes nice bathroom again, shower, into another. And I think Rachel said she was gonna come in here. So I love the built-ins. Beautiful. All right, let's go downstairs. It sounds mean, but we're sticking all the boys downstairs. It's like a bunk room kind of situation. Let's go down. This feels so cool. It's like we're going into a dungeon. Bathroom. I think there's another small bedroom over here that we're not using, but this bunk room. Oh, nice. The boys are gonna have their own little kitchen area. There are tons of beds. I think they did say they needed, hold on. I think they said they needed more table space. So let's head outside. You know what? We need to peek at this other bedroom. Just to take a peek. Not as fancy, but usable. Got a nice closet. Yep. I feel like the best part of the whole thing is the backyard. All right, let's go outside. Got this beautiful patio area, hot tub, pool that is just gorgeous. Sitting area. We've got a nice little fireplace. I mean, this is just beautiful. This is unreal. I hope you enjoyed that house tour. We are so excited to be here for the next 11 days for the NSBA World Show, and let me know what part of the house is your favorite. Okay, Matt, cut. Cut, Matt.
Wait, I think he's really down there.
You know, the only way to end that was for you to actually do it, Nate. Oh my gosh. Stay tuned for more from us here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Am I keeping my very first 2 mini fillies? Y'all know I've been waiting, I've been praying, and God blessed me with 2 very special mini fillies this year. And a lot of you are wondering, because I haven't really kept a whole lot of my miniature babies. What am I gonna do? And the answer is we're keeping these sassy little things for just a little bit though. Were you coming at me with teeth? Oh, yeah. That'll teach you. I literally didn't even push her. She just like fell backwards because she was being so violent out of nowhere. Well, she's in a mood. If it wasn't me, it's Gidget. She's being mean. So we have Miss Jenny here, who is out of my mare, Regina. She's over there. And then we have Gidget, my sweet tiny little thing, who is out of my oldest mini, Karen. If you had asked me before they got here, I would have said I would only keep 1 because I don't need to be keeping multiple minis every single year. But I have reasoning of why I'm keeping both. Now, they're both sassy. Okay, Gidget's just more mean to her mother. And then Jenny's just mean to everybody. Why Regina's staying over there. So my reasoning, let's start with Gidget. Like I said, her mother is my oldest mare, Karen. Karen has some very prolific old bloodlines within the miniature horse community that is well known, well revered. And with miniatures, artificial insemination isn't as big of a thing, but I mean, embryo transfers and frozen embryos is like non-existent. I mean, if someone's done it, I would love to know, but it's not common practice. And so when a stallion dies, it's like a big deal if you have their progeny, if they were really good, right? And so I believe her sire, Nighthawk, is still alive, but he's like in his 30s. She's 18. So it's just a little bit more of like a big deal when you have like an older mare that is from an older bloodline and you get a filly to continue that bloodline. Erin has already produced some fantastic miniature horses in the show pen as breeding stallions, as brood mares. Like, she is she's probably my most proven brood mare. Oh Lord, leave Sabrina alone, Gidget. Anyway, I'm just so blessed that she gave me a filly as, you know, a foal this year, and she's in great shape. She's doing fantastic, but I'm not going to say 1000% she'll have another foal. I don't really know. And if she does, I can't guarantee it's a filly. So I had multiple people trying to buy Gidget this year, and I gave an obscene number because for me to sell Gidget, I mean, it's almost impossible for me to guarantee I could, like, quote unquote, replace her. And even then, I want Gidget. So, keeping Gidget for that fact. You're doing a very good job as babysitter. And then there's this fancy, spicy thing. I'm gonna be real with you. I think out of the 2, structurally, right now as babies, this is my fanciest girl. I think she's the most correct. I think she's the fanciest. She's the most refined. She's got a prettier head. I think she's gonna be a smidge bigger, but she's gonna be triple registered. It's gonna be this gorgeous color. Again, I think she is conformationally better than Gidget. And if I'm thinking way ahead, if Jack, my young stallion, he's a yearling, he's about to go to his first AMHR World Show or National Show. If he goes and proves himself and we keep him a stallion and I bring him home one day to be my breeding stallion, she's outcrossed from him. She can be bred to him, whereas Gidget can't. They have the same sire. Oh, look at that fancy thing. I plan on keeping them both, sending them to training probably at the end of the year or early next year. I'm doing the exact same thing that we did with Jack this year. They were going to be started in the halter with Emily Condor as their trainer and then go from there in their show careers. Now, who's to say what's going to happen in the future? But for right now, that's my plan. If for some reason we decide to sell one in the future, it will be to a show home only. But unless something happens to them and they're injured or something like that, you can count on seeing them enter the show pen with me. Or under my ownership, I should say. And I'm very excited just to share more about the miniature show world. So I hope that makes you happy that Gidget and Jenny are here to stay for at least now, but probably to stay. So let me know if you have any questions and stay tuned to watch them grow up. My cutesy little sisters, they're starting to be brats to one another. And then they have their nephew, Gunner, in the back. Which brings me to the point of this video. I was out here with the foals and I just realized every foal in this pasture comes from my mare Kennedy, VS the First Lady. So this nosy Nellie back here, Miss Cheyenne, is Kennedy's daughter. We had 2 recipient mares carry Kennedy babies this year. Oh, another nosy girl. So both of these ladies are daughters of Kennedy. They just have different sires. I had to drive away from them because they were being too nosy. So Cheyenne here in the front, she is by RL Best of Sudden, and then Miss Margot is by Machine Made. So that makes Margot a full sister to our yearling Kirby, and then Miss Cheyenne is a full sister to my young stallion Denver. First things first. So both of these fillies with phenomenal leading sires in the industry come from Kennedy, which is amazing. So 2 very, very different babies, same mama. And then you're like, how does Gunner, the little twerp, fit into this? Well, Gunner's sire is First Things First. Now we have nosy mamas coming into the back of the side-by-side. So that means Gunner is Kennedy's grandson. Kind of funny because Kennedy and Annie, Gunner's mom, are the same age. So Kennedy's a young grandma. I think Denver is her next to oldest foal. And so she only has 1 filly older than him, and she's still young. She's 6 years old, so she's showing. And so I don't think she has that many grandchildren. Gunner might be, well, now that Denver has had a lot of babies, she has a lot of grandchildren. But as far as from me, this is her only grandchild. Look at them all looking at the mares across the pasture. There's Ricky and Sophie. They're all so nosy. But I just, it just dawned on me. All the foals in this pasture are from Kennedy, which inadvertently means they're all also from my oldest stallion, VS Code Red, which I think is the coolest thing. Like, I now have the 4 generations. So I have Waylon VS Code Red, his daughter Kennedy, her son Denver, and his son Mr. Gunner. You all favor just a little bit. Very specific face shapes. There's a theme going on between these 2 at least. Are you surviving with these 2 girls without Woody and Benedict? It won't be long, then you can go back outside with boys. Cheyenne is the only one that came out unscathed of the Kennedy babies without some sort of really unfortunate shape on her face. But we still love you. Okay, well, Phoebe's being really nosy and we have things to go do. But I just thought that was a cool thing. And now I'm taking Kennedy to the NSBA World Show, and I'll be showing both her and her son Denver. We're going to be watching other trainers show Denver. And then in the future, we'll be taking more of her children. And it's a really cool thing. Can you boop us out, Miss Cheyenne? Can you? No, she's leaving. Let's end the video with that booty, because look at it. Let's go to NSBA World. Look at Poppy, Bo, Regina, and then, oh, we're just showing all of our hands, aren't we? Don't look at them. This crew just landed. We took an airplane, but then Stephanie and Jonathan drove the horses. They're still on their way, and Matt is driving my car with a ton of camera equipment. So we got here a little earlier. Let's go see the rental house. What kind of house did you get us? Is it a good one?
It's a good one.
You happy with yourself with this choice? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna have to do an Airbnb tour on its own. Now we're on our way to help Stephanie and Jonathan. They just got to the expo center. We're gonna help unload the horses, set up the tack stall, yada, yada, yada. So we gotta take these home. You're being put on light duty. Now for a group Target run.
I'll probably come back.
My mom said we could play roommates. And now we're heading to dinner. So we're actually going to Mahogany's, which is the steakhouse we went to when I purchased VS Code Red, and we went to visit him for the first time, and it's always been amazing. The reason we're doing a fancy steakhouse the first night is because Jonathan drove a trailer all the way from Tennessee to Oklahoma today and is flying back home in the morning. And so he is the sweetest husband and deserves a good steak. Now we're back home, and me and Rachel accidentally matched. Anyway, the boys being downstairs, if you didn't watch the house tour, they have a lair that they spent all day setting up. Espresso martini.
Did you tell her? This is our lair.
Show us the lair.
The office.
Oh, we have ambiance.
I'm working.
You've got your spot. They went to and got desks from Walmart.
To work.
Okay. We are ending our day with a little wrap-up meeting of what we want to accomplish tomorrow over the next couple of days. We're not really getting farther ahead than 2 days because at horse shows things just change, but tomorrow a lot is to come. Not quite showing yet, but lots of prep, lots of fun things, so stay tuned. Come on, girls. Don't harm me. Share two. Where they have plentiful grass, and we keep her next year. She looks thick, but also it's the time of year where they have. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're following. Come on, big girl. If I say your man's name, he's got to get you a miniature horse. You know what? A baby mini horse, specifically. Levi, Brandon, Carl, Travis, Trey, Arthur, Luis, Alexander, Antonio, Philip, Marcus, Christopher, Justin, Raymond, Scott, Micah, Samuel, Landon, Matthew, or Isaiah. If I named your man, he's got to get you a miniature horse, okay? Specifically a baby though. That's the cutest, a baby miniature horse. Tag him in the comments, pick your color, and if I didn't say your man's name and you want me to in a future episode, just let me know. I'm currently being used as a butt scratcher for my miniature horse, or if there's another animal, let me know in the comments.
Are you sure this one?
You love me. It's day one here at the NSBA World Championship Show, which means we got to do our first ever outfit of the day. Kennedy is also going to make an appearance, but she's naked in her gigantic stall. She's got her fans. She's got 2 stalls into one because she's the queen. So today I am hot. My bangs are about to go up. I've already been out here riding. I forgot to make this video, so I'm very sweaty. And as soon as I make this video, I'm putting my sunglasses on. Let's start with the jewelry, shall we? Because of the color of my shirt, I thought this was a perfect time to wear this mosaic set. So my grandpa actually got me this necklace, and it has lots of different shells and turquoise. And so that's why I think they call it mosaic. It's like spiny oyster, and I don't know what types of turquoise are in it. Same thing goes for my earrings, sunglasses on my head. They're about to be acting as a headband for these dang bangs because they don't look as bad as they feel. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got this really pretty ring. So funny story. I love to collect turquoise in person. I always want to make sure that I, have real artists that are making these beautiful pieces. And so each of these mosaic pieces look like they went together. It looks like I just bought a set, and I found them all at different spots, different places. So I always like when I collect for a couple years and then put a set together that way. So I will be looking for more turquoise while I'm here. Yet to be seen if there is any. Let's get to the outfit. This, I believe is from Amazon. And then I do have like a bralette underneath it. And then Holla jeans. They do have a vendor here at the NSBA World, so I plan on doing some shopping because they are, one of the few jeans that are long enough, good for riding, and fit the old caboose. So Holla jeans are a fave. Ariat boots, and then good old Harris leather and silver works on my spurs. Kennedy, do you have anything you want to say? Okay, well, we show for the very first time in a couple of days, and let me know, because I have quite the show wardrobe these days. Do you think we should let Kennedy choose her own show shirt that I wear? I think we should.
Go for main engine start. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0. And liftoff. The final liftoff of Atlantis. Shoulders of the space shuttle. America will continue the dream.
Roger roll, Atlantis.
That's water from a glacier in Alaska. It was blessed by an Eskimo medicine man. It's cold. Yes, it's always cold. That's why it's so special.
Oh, princess. Princess, where are you? You can run, but you can't hide. It's
Day 2 here in Oklahoma at the NSBA World Show, and we're off to the show grounds. Now we're headed back home, so I got to ride Hollywood. Stephanie rode, Miss Ethel and Kennedy. Got to talk to all my trainers, visit all my ponies, do the cryo chamber, all those things with them. This is what the sweat level looks like after being out for about 6 hours. Now we're headed back, probably straight to the pool. Just kidding, I needed a nap. We needed to edit some videos. But Rachel decided to go float and stare into space, which sounds actually really pleasant. And now I have to catch up on posting and editing, and I'll probably fall asleep during it. So my posting schedule is just gonna be crazy for the next 10 days. So bear with me. Today was fun. Rachel's still waiting on her food because she decided to make the horrible decision of getting food with Nate and Matt, and they went to pick it up. Whereas we are having our banquet of pretzel bunned sandwiches and goodness. So that's what we're doing. That's the end of our day. Hope you enjoyed. And stay tuned for tomorrow. Yeah. You know, places. I've never had it. I've never been to a show with her specific. And so before we suck it. Yes, of course. You don't want the popsicle. You don't like it. He said, yeah. I need to do it for Facebook. Next is Hollywood. Well, that's Hollywood. Next. Oh. So I got to ride Hollywood.
You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it.
Time for the second outfit of the day here at the NSBA World Show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're here for quite a while, and it's early enough in the show that I'm still putting in effort. I still have on makeup. My hair is still down. We are rapidly encroaching on the time where I will not be putting in effort. So we're gonna take it while we can get it. I just realized the shirt that I love, I've had this shirt for a couple years, and it's one of my favorite horse show shirts. And I didn't notice it this morning, but there are holes everywhere. And we're just gonna go with it. I just have to hope that people think that it's like purposeful, effortless, boho chic with all these holes. I think we can pull that off possibly. Anywho, my shirt is from Altered State. My jeans, again, Holla denim. They're expensive, but if you are a thick-bootied girl who rides, they're so worth it. I also realized I had my Spurs on backwards yesterday, so don't judge me for that. You know, we're here. It's hot. Things happen like that. So I've got my Ariat boots, my Harris Leather and Silver Works Spurs, and then for the jewelry, I'm trying to put in effort at this show. So I'm trying to bring out pieces that I haven't worn in a long time. So this lariat necklace is Golden Hills turquoise. Got a Golden Hills ring. And then I actually lost my tried and true, like one of my little hoops that's like the twisted sterling silver. So I had to put on a little bit of heavier set of earrings, but these match really, really well. And then my hair, again, I have the bangs up because it's freaking hot. We just did a little braid today. And if I need to, it's going up. And then obviously my Walmart sunglasses on my head to keep the bangs out of the way. The sweat it's just mine. Yeah. I don't know what's happening right now. Anywho, hope you enjoyed. Ethel could not care less about all of this happening around her. She was a good little pony horse for Kennedy all morning, and now she's just happily eating her alfalfa in her absolutely gigantic mega stall. I would love to know if anybody else has a pony horse on the property with a mega stall, because I think they deserve it. They're the hardest working people here. Well, horses. Anywho, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. Are we chopping Kennedy's luscious, long, gorgeous, fire red mane for the NSBA World Show? The answer is unfortunately yes. The bander is going to be here soon. We were like, hey, you're a professional. We're going to let you cut it, because what if we cut it too short? What if, it's just a big chop, and it makes me nervous. A lot of you are going to be very angry that we are chopping this luscious, luscious locks. But here's the thing. I'm showing Kennedy in the Western Pleasure, which is a class that is based on the horse itself. It's not based on the rider. It's based on the horse's movement, performance, overall look. And the overall look includes her neck. And her neck is arguably one of her best attributes. And so we always talk about her left lead being her better lead. We always talk about she looks better going to the left. And I think part of that is the fact that we get to see her gorgeous neck. And on the right side, we don't. It hides it, and it kind of makes her look a little bit choppier. It kind of chops her neck off. It just makes her look a little more imbalanced. Now, do I think it's stunning? Yes. But this is the big leagues, okay? This, Congress, the World Show, this is a different level than Kennedy and I have ever shown together. And I feel like would be a disservice to all of the effort, work, money, everything that goes into this to not commit 100%. So she's getting her little PEMF treatment. She just got ridden. She just got ponied all morning by Miss Ethel, and the bander, Miss Julie, is about to be here. Oh no, she's here. So she's putting some bands in it already, just so that it's easier cleanup. She can know the length that she's supposed to have it, and that's why we're letting the professional do the professional things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I did it, y'all would be mad at me because of how bad it would look. I can already hear the bowl cut comments. This is already hard enough, okay? Now, one thing we talked about is Kennedy needs to wear braids in 3 weeks. Don't worry about why, okay? Y'all will see why in 3 weeks. But she needs braids, and usually you need a little bit longer mane. Julie says she's the best, so she'll just get it done because she'll come braid her for me. So we're going to just leave it in her hands. She specifically said nobody else would be able to do it, just her. Oh no. I'm ready. I think. Ah! I'm ready. This is terrible. This is heart-wrenching. It's so short. But that's the thing. Her neck is so gorgeous that it needed it. Oh my gosh. She's still going back there. Should we make bracelets? I feel like we could auction these off. I don't know. If you needed a 4-lock extension, we could make you a 4-lock extension out of your mane. Oh my gosh. Well, this feels devastating. I can't believe I'm holding her mane in my hands. Do I keep it? Do I be weird? I don't know. We're going to let Miss Julie do her job, so I'll see ya in like... How long does it take you to braid? 30 minutes. So we're going to go get Penelope, bring her over here to do PEMF. We'll be back in a few. And now it is done. She's back to being Kennedy vs. the First Lady instead of Kenneth. She's got a beautiful 4-lock. It's all done. She'll have to wear a slinky tonight to keep this all laid down and gorgeous. But I think this is just going to show off her neck so much better. I know a lot of you are going to be very mixed feelings about this or angry, but we had to send it. So I hope you're not too angry. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for more on this entire show. So much is coming up.
I was born with a rare body style. The doctors, when I was born, some of the doctors said I had the rib cage of a large cat. And some of the doctors said I had the heart of a lesbian. That, I had that ticker that wants to, just be naughty and sometimes do something deviant.
Today we have a treat. We're going to be watching Miss Jamie and Penelope practice. This is our first time watching them ride here at the NSBA World Show, and they are going to be showing on Wednesday of next week, I think, for the very first time.
Oh, I'm so excited to watch. It's going to be so cute.
For those who don't know, Penelope is my 3-year-old hunt seat filly. When I say hunt seat, I mean she's going to be showing in the Hunter under saddle, and then hopefully in the future the hunt seat equitation and the all-around events. So she's more geared towards English events. Now, yes, Jamie might be riding her in a Western saddle. That's just for training. It's just more comfortable. It just allows for longer rides. She will be showing her in an English saddle with braids and all the things. So Penelope is out of my mare, Trudy, cattails are blazing, and buy the stallion, allocate your assets. So she's a maternal sibling to the very first horse that ever made me a Congress and World Champion breeder, which is very exciting. This is her first ever show that she will be showing at. So it's kind of a big deal that she came to, the NSBA World Championship Show. The class that she's in is the 3 to 4-year-old novice horse hunter under saddle. So the horses in her class will all be 3 or 4 years old, and they will not have shown to a certain extent. Like there's a cap on how much they could have shown so that they have stayed a novice horse, meaning they don't have a ton of experience. Personally, I think Jamie has Penelope looking fantastic. It's insane the amount of maturing she's done in the last few months, the strength that she's gained in the last few months. She has just improved so quickly. So it makes me excited to not even just see this horse show, but, this is the beginning of her horse show chapter, and to see her improve even from this horse show. We get to see the very beginning. Hopefully there is success from that, but I think just getting here and showing is a success. So regardless of the placement, regardless of anything that comes out of this show, it just makes me so proud to be her breeder, because for a lot of you, she is the horse that brought you to my page. We were so excited and nervous when I went to go check on Trudy one night and she was dripping milk, and I had to go get enemas at 11 o'clock at night, and then I had to catch her with my very own arms. And that's what brought a lot of you here. And now we get to see this beautiful baby that we raised and watched grow up go on to do what she was bred for. And so she still has her goofy mentality. She's still the sweetest girl on the entire earth, but I'm so proud of her already, and I'm so excited to see her show in a few days. So stay tuned and let me know, did Penelope bring you here? Day 3 here at the NSBA World Show, and I haven't gotten to see Jamie ride Penelope at this show yet, and she shows in a couple of days for the very first time. So let's go watch Jamie and Penelope. Kennedy just went for her ice spa. We're headed back to the house, gonna have a little cool off, and then we have a night ride planned for tonight. So that'll be its own video. And now I'm gonna try to get everything edited, posted. I'm probably gonna get done by like 10, 10:30, wake up at 12:15. No, we have to leave by 12:15 because we have to ride tonight to get into the arena. Again, that'll be its own video. I doubt I sleep a whole lot before tomorrow. I'll be able to nap tomorrow. So today was hot, long, but tonight's probably gonna be a little longer. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for my first day of showing tomorrow. We're letting Kennedy pick the show shirt and show pad that we wear tomorrow, the very first time that we show here at the NSBA World Show. Tomorrow morning is our novice amateur Western pleasure class. And hey, no, we're not choosing yet. We're gonna talk about each piece first, okay? Option number one, we know her, we love her, the D Designs copper outfit. I had this shirt made by D Designs specifically for Denver, and then I just so happened to start showing his mother, and it matches so well. This pad looks spectacular on her. I wore this when we won the Roan World Championship Show. I've been wearing it all year. So do we stick with the tried and true? Like, look at the up close. I mean, all the studding, the coloring matches really well with her. I love the turquoise and the copper combination, but there's the thought process of, do we do something new, something maybe brighter, or do we stick with tried and true? So let me show you option two. Option number two, brand spanking new. I shopped around and found this at the Murfreesboro show where we actually showed last. And so this is from RRR Apparel. It is that really pretty dark chocolate, turquoise, tan. I haven't worn this combination on her before. I think the pad is stunning with her coloring. Yeah, you looking at it? You getting a feel for it? You biting it a little bit? I will say my sleeves are like this much too long on this one, but I feel like for pleasure that doesn't matter as much because my hand's just hanging there, you know? But it's a really gorgeous color combination. The rest of it fits great. So this is option number two, RRR Apparel. Take a look at both of the pads. Which do you think looks the best on you? We're looking. We're taking note. The next one that she puts her nose to, that's the one that we're going with. Kenneth, choose. She chose the new one. She chose RRR Apparel. Okay, Kenneth, I hope you're happy with your choice. This is what we're going to be wearing tomorrow morning when we show for the very first time here at the NSBA World Show. Stay tuned. We'll see if it's lucky for us. Day 3 here at the NSBA World Show, and I haven't gotten to see Jamie ride Penelope at this show yet, and she shows in a couple of days for the very first time. So let's go watch Jamie and Penelope. Kennedy just went for her ice spa. We're headed back to the house, gonna have a little cool off, and then we have a night ride planned for tonight. So that'll be its own video. And now I'm gonna try to get everything edited, posted. I'm probably gonna get done by like 10, 10:30, wake up at 12:15. No, we have to leave by 12:15 because we have to ride tonight to get into the arena. Again, that'll be its own video. I doubt I sleep a whole lot before tomorrow. I'll be able to nap tomorrow. So today was hot, long, but tonight's probably gonna be a little longer. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for my first day of showing. Need to bug you.
I'm coming for Kennedy pretty soon.
Ethel could not care less about all this happening around her. They're the hardest working people here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You want this for your person?
You hold this.
This horse is the daughter of one of my horses at home.
Oh.
Who do you think is your mother?
Sophie. It is?
Yeah. They're so sweet. Should be a lead. Yeah. This is terrible. Should we make bracelets? I'm literally having to hold her weight of her head. Now it's done. It is gorgeous. Do we have any treats? Num num. Num num. Born in the YouTube era. Let's go back in time. Okay, stop it. Good fella, come on. It is bright. Real bright. No. I'm just gonna walk.
Your prayer.
Anything but the popsicle that I tried to do. You didn't like it? No. Yes, all the cherries. Kennedy, pick the show shirt and show pad. She chose the new one. Sending it. Thanks for holding the door.
Elena, how's my hair?
I already beat you to it. I did that so much before you got in here.
Aw, cute.
It's time for the second outfit of the day here at the NSBA World Championship Show, except for the show is done for the day. And yes, the bangs are out. We're actually headed to the NSBA end of the year banquet because we have some people that we love and work with who are being honored tonight. So Aaron Moses is being inducted into the $1 Million Club, and then Jason and Charlie are being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Don't you worry, I'm not the only one in this video. For me, I am wearing basically my horse show formula: a peplum top, Holla jeans, and this time NRS boots because I went with my black ostrich skin boots, no spurs. This is a fancy event. I did spend a lot of time on my hair and I already feel it falling out. Just standing here, I spent approximately 8 minutes on my makeup. So we had a little bit of an imbalance of priorities. Anyway, I don't honestly know where my shirt is. Can you check? My shirt is new. It's from Ivy City Co. Again, my jeans are from Holla. And then for jewelry, I always want to call it something different. I think it's Golden West turquoise, a squash blossom. We've got a squash ring and then matching little dangles. So that's me. Now for the girls. Okay, we only have one mic. So Rachel, you look lovely. We're all freshly showered. So you look clean. You look nice. We got some extra sparkles on. Our hair looks good. So what are you wearing besides the jewelry? Because I'm going to have to tell them what the jewelry is.
A little boutique top. Don't know where it's from. Holla jeans and Ariat boots.
Watch band stolen from Katie from Hadlock Designs. Necklace stolen from Katie. It is mother of pearl and it is a squash blossom. Earrings stolen from Katie. Again, mother of pearl. Ring and bangle stolen from Katie. So this is Golden West. I should be wearing it, but she stole it. And then a little ring to match. Beautimous. Next, against her will, is Miss Stephanie Bean. You look gorgeous. Have they seen your hair all done up? You look real girly.
Shirt is from Rachel's Closet. Holla jeans, Harris boots.
And then necklace stolen from Katie. This is Royston turquoise, and it's like a lariat necklace. Love it. There, I fixed it. Little sterling silver hoops. And then I believe this is a Kingman ring. I was actually gifted this at a meet and greet, and it's still one of my favorite pieces that I have ever. Oh, and just a sterling silver cuff. I am literally already sweating and dying. So we're getting in the car. We're headed to the banquet. Hope y'all enjoyed this outfit of the day. And stay tuned. I have lots to tell y'all today. Lots happened. It's been busy, you know? So later tonight, I'm sure I will be dumping so many posts onto socials.